Hello! So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mateo Chavez Lewis, and welcome back to Music Theater Theory. Whoa! Today, we are looking at a video from the 2016 Miscast Gala at MCC Theater. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Miscast Gala is a very internet-famous event where Broadway stars take on roles or songs that iconically they would never be cast in, usually because of gender. And so today we're looking at a performance by two of my favorite tenors, Aaron Tveit and Gavin Creel. Both of them are amazingly entertaining and incredible vocalists. So we're going to be taking a look at some of their vocal technique and some of the choices that they're making. Aaron Tveit, you may know, is the lead in Moulin Rouge on Broadway, and Gavin Creel is currently wowing audiences with his comedic performance as Cinderella's prince in the Broadway revival of Into the Woods. So they're both amazing, they're both huge stars, very well known, and they're singing this iconic duet, Take Me or Leave Me, from Rent. Let's check it out.
There will always be a woman in rubber flirting with me.
I love that line.
Every single day I walk down the street, I hear people say, baby, so sweet. Ever since puberty, everybody stares at me. Boys, girls, I can't help it, baby.
Awesome. So already in this first verse of Aaron singing, we've got a lot to talk about vocally. So the first thing I'm noticing is that this song is originally in F major with a key change to G major at the end of the song. And that's the key it was written in for Idina Menzel, who originated the role of Maureen, high, belting, mezzo-soprano woman. So now that we have two tenors singing it, we're bringing it down perfect fourth. I have a kind of a theory that the equivalent note for like a belting mezzo-soprano and like a belting tenor, the equivalent note is usually about a fifth down or maybe a tritone. So a fifth sounds like this, right? And a tritone is this. But they're doing it a fourth down, so it's higher than I would expect it to be. That theory, by the way, I can prove by using a few examples. So for example, Evan Hansen, the highest note that Evan Hansen sings in Waving Through Window is a B flat. The highest note that Elphaba sings in Defying Gravity, which is a comparably difficult song, is an F, which is a fifth higher. Same with, like, if you think about Don't Rain on My Parade, like the big note at the end there, nobody's gonna rain on my parade. And now Fanny Brice is kind of written for more of an alto, and if you look at some of the more popular like baritone or high baritone roles, like for example Bobby and Company sings Being Alive and ends on an E, which is a fifth down from the B where Fanny Brice ends Don't Rain on My Parade. So a lot of comparable vocal moments for tenors and for alto mezzo belters happen a fifth apart. So feel free to debate me on that, by the way, on the comments below. That's kind of just my hypothesis, but I've got more examples that make me really believe that to be true. So if that is true, that down a fifth is more or less the equivalent, they're kind of singing it higher than the original. So I just want to throw that out there because the song originally is very high. Vocally, we're seeing a lot of like a bit of an imitation of Idina Menzel from Aaron. He's still making it his own in his own way, but you know, Idina on the original recordings has a lot of this like rasp in her voice that Aaron's kind of adding in, this like every single day, that like vocal fry or that rasp. The other thing is when Aaron goes up to his high G for the first time, everybody stares at me, we could see him go, everybody stares at me, and really spread the vowel and really give her. But that, first of all, it takes a lot more energy and a lot more air to make a sound that is that wide and that open. So what you'll notice is he kind of closes his mouth and he has a lot of space in the back of his jaw here, but he doesn't let it all escape. Everybody stares at me, instead of ah. And so he's not letting everything out of the gate right away. He's holding some stuff back so that, first of all, so that he has the energy to keep it up throughout the whole song, and also so that there's a bit more of a vocal arc.
Be kind and don't lose your mind. Just remember that I'm your baby. Take me for what I am, who I was meant to be.
See, same thing there when he went up. Who I was meant. It was a very close vowel. He's saving those big spread open vowels for later in the song.
That's what I said. Take me, baby, or leave me. A tiger in a cage can never see the sun. This diva needs her stage, baby.
See, that was also all close. The other thing I'm noticing is that we're getting a little bit of a... you'll notice that Aaron Tveit sings with a little bit of like a vocal push in this song. And he doesn't always do this because he's got a lot of like classical training. And in classical singing, you don't push the voice at all. It's totally relaxed. Total relaxation. But we're seeing Aaron Tveit add a little bit of a pop sound by just gripping a little bit from the throat. Take me, baby, or leave me, leave. Instead of leave. There's just a little bit of a push in the voice. Not too much. You know, he isn't going to hurt himself. He knows his voice really, really well. So he's not going to push more than his voice is able to. And also, the classical training he has, the ability he has to totally release and go, he could have gone, take me, baby, or leave me. That is what actually allows him to add this push to his voice without hurting himself, because he has that freedom in his voice.
Folks will kill to fill your shoes. You love the limelight too now, baby. So be mine and don't waste.
But did you notice, like, that push gives him a little bit less freedom in those riffs instead of being a really fast specific riff, like it could have been. What did he just sing? I'm gonna listen to it.
You now, baby.
That baby. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 is what he's saying. And it could have been baby, right? It could have been really fast like that. But it was a little bit, because he was pushing, it was a little bit slowed down by the push. Baby.
You love the limelight.
Listen, ready?
Now, baby.
Did you hear bay instead of bay? It's not as free because he's pushing. So, you know, there are pros and cons to that push. I think it's a good choice because of the style of the song.
Be mine and don't waste my time crying. Oh, honey bear, are you still my baby? Take me for what I am.
And there, finally, now he's opening up a little bit, right? He's giving it a little bit more juice. Instead of, he could have gone, take me for, and kept it small like he was doing before. But now we got, for what I am, totally open.
I was meant to be, and if you give a damn.
And there's that Idina Menzel rasp again, and instead of and, it's a push and a little bit of that vocal fry.
Take me, baby, leave me, 'cause no way can I be what I'm not. But hey, don't you want your girl high? Don't fight, don't lose your head.
And now, see, there, it's open again, right? Like, instead of, don't lose your head, instead of closed, it's, don't, and he's opening it up.
Every night, who's in your bed?
And there he's totally, okay. So that was a high C, I think. But he is allowing himself to really yell it and scream it, because this is a one-time show. That sound, there's no way he could do that sound 8 times a week, right? He would hurt himself. That really raspy, high yell sound, it's a really cool sound, but he's only allowing himself to do it because this is a one-time event, and he had to sing this song one time, and then he could recover from it. Yeah, otherwise, I think if he had to hit that note 8 times a week, I think he wouldn't have gone so raspy with it. I think he would have had a little bit more lift from the palate. And I can't belt a C right now. I have not warmed up, but like to demonstrate, but a little bit more of that lift instead of from there. If he had to reproduce the sound, which he doesn't because it's a one-time event, so he allowed himself to get raspy with it. Ooh, did you hear how clean that falsetto was? Woo! And he did that like riff down. What did he do? Woo! Woo! I think that's what it was. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slow, fast, 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 fast. Woo! Is I think what he did. And did you notice? Now that he's singing in head voice and he's not using that push, and it is a really free sound with a lot of air moving through, it's not ooh, it's woo, right? Do you hear that difference? Now he can riff down really quickly. Woo, whatever he did. So using that push kind of slows you down in terms of your vocal agility.
Give me a kiss, Pookie. It won't work. I look before I leap. I love margins and discipline.
And see, Gavin Creel, right? Gavin Creel does not use that vocal push that Aaron Tveit is using at all. Instead of "it won't work," we're getting "it won't work." Like totally free, airy.
In my sleep, baby, what's my sin? Never quit.
There we got a little bit of a growl on "what's," but it still wasn't a push. Do you know what I mean by the difference there? Like, there is a growl sound, but these muscles aren't constricting the voice on Gavin in the way that they are for Aaron. And Aaron is doing that intentionally for a pop sound effect. And that's why Gavin Creel sounds a little bit more classical in this song than Aaron does. And we'll hear more of that in a moment.
Impromptu, baby, so be wise, cause this girl satisfies. You got a prize and don't compromise. You're one lucky baby. Oh,
see that? You're one lucky. It could have been you're one lucky babe, like pushed right here and raspy, but instead it was you're one lucky babe. Nah, totally lifted, and a really bright sound. So that's the difference there. And did you hear how fast he could riff too? Because he was free.
Stop, you're over-attentive.
And so, in lieu of, instead of using the push to make it sound pop, Gavin Creel's adding a little bit of that cry sound that we've talked about a lot in these videos, that like, hand. But instead of pushing, it's totally hand open, but you just add a little bit of that right before. Hand. Oh, I can't actually, I can't do that without tightening up. I'm so used to being like a country sound effect. But what Gavin's doing is crying into it, but staying totally relaxed so that he's sounding more classical and more free to riff.
Take me, baby. And anal retentive. That's it. Straw that breaks my back.
I think Aaron forgot his name.
Unless you take it back with me.
But then we got a little bit of push from Gavin Creel.
I can't live with them or without them. Take me for what I am. Who I was meant to be.
And that was a total, did you hear, because there's no push coming from Gavin, that was a total mix there. It wasn't who I was meant, like it wasn't full from the throat, it was who I was meant, like he went to this like, that kind of a place, which he had a way easier time getting up to that high B than he would have otherwise. Yeah, I'm interested in how high they chose to take it, because now we're in D major, right? So Aaron Tveit on the top harmony, take me for what I am, That's starting on a high A. So it's like, whew, pretty impressive.
And if you give a damn, you better take
Whoa! Give a damn. That is a high D in like pretty close to a full chest voice. So again, something that Aaron Tveit can do because it's a one-time event. I don't think that anybody's voice, even Aaron Tveit's, could survive that 8 times a week. But like the amount of air that he's got, and it's even though he's been singing with this push, he relaxes for that note so that he can get out that give a damn. That note is more relaxed. Whew, that is hard to sing. Jeez, I'm gonna stop trying to demonstrate this because I'm significantly out of my league here. But yeah, this is why I love these guys so much. They're so good at what they do.
Hey, baby, oh, leave me, take me, baby. Or leave me. Guess I'm leaving. I'm gone.
Awesome. There you have it. Aaron Tveit and Gavin Creel singing "Take Me or Leave Me." What a pair of legends. They're so amazing. Let me know what song you want me to analyze next. Thank you all so much for... I'm tired. I'm going to go have dinner, I think. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, my name is Mateo Chavez Lewis, and this has been Music Theater Theory. Whoa, yeah. See you in the next video, everybody. Peace out.